Padres pregame thoughts here. The Padres and the Marlins, obviously, with the off day yesterday, the bullpen it is in good shape. The move today, Gary Sanchez, he is on the roster. He is making his Padres debut today. He is in the lineup, batting seventh, behind the plate, obviously, for Ryan Weathers today. He's going to be wearing number 99. And for Sanchez to be on the roster, obviously, someone had to be sent down. So, as I was wondering on the show yesterday, who was going to be that guy? Was it going to be a reliever, or was it going to be Nola? Was it going to be Sullivan? I thought it was going to be Nola, and I think the right move should have been Austin Nola, but the Padres, they decide to have Brett Sullivan be sent down to the minor leagues. This doesn't make much sense to me. I get Nola is the major league veteran, and the pitching staff's probably more comfortable with him. But with having Nola and Sanchez on the roster, here is what is happening. There's two righties. Brett Sullivan, I think he's doing decent defensively. Made some good plays, obviously, over the weekend in that Yankee series. He's hitting a little bit better than Austin Nola, which it's a very low bar, but Sullivan, he was doing a little bit more at the plate than Austin Nola was. Nola has a negative WAR this year. He's hitting like 130. His OPS plus is under 30, which is below. That means that it's worse than 70% below league average. It is terrible. He's not doing anything like productive at the plate really for this Padres team. So now instead of when a lefty's on the mound or when a righty's on the mound, you can maybe have a lefty and Brett Sullivan be catching. Now you got Nola, you have two righties. You have Nola and you have Sanchez. Nola had options remaining. It's not like the Padres had to keep Nola on the roster. He had two options left. They could send him down to the minor leagues and have a lefty catcher and a righty catcher, but instead they're deciding to go with two righty catchers. I get one is a favorite among Padres pitchers, but Sullivan's been here a good amount of time now. And look, Nola isn't working. It's been a large sample size. It's not working. It's not going to work. So I would have sent him down and just saw what Sullivan and Sanchez would have been able to get as that lefty-righty combo. So I disagree with that. But today, so Nola, he is not in the lineup. It's going to be Gary Sanchez. He's batting seventh. So the lineup today, Crony, he is leading off. There are some that are wondering, why is Jake Cronenworth leading off? Well, because he's gotten on base in 6 of his last 7 games. And who else do you want leading off? Do you want Rougned Odor leading off? He's actually been one of the Padres' better hitters. So you probably want him to be hitting behind guys that might get on base, right? Fernando, you want him leading off? Well, there's fans that want him hitting second or third because he can have maybe some RBI opportunities, right? Instead of having the solo home runs. What about Soto? You're not going to have him lead off. You're not going to have Bogarts lead off, are you? You probably want some RBI opportunities for him. So, what are your options? Who are you going to have lead off? Ha-Seong Kim? Okay, I guess I'd be fine with that. But they do want a balanced order here. Kim's hitting 9th. I was not expecting that. But they're trying to have a balanced order here. So they're going to have a lefty and Crony, left, right, Tatis, left, Soto, right, Bogarts, left, Odor, left, Carpenter, right, Sanchez, left, Grisham, right, Kim. So trying to make it as balanced as they can against Sandy Alcantara, who, like I said yesterday, he's not the same Sandy Alcantara that he was last year, but he's still a really good pitcher, and he still has that, you see that name, and you're like, oh man, it's going to be tough tonight. If you're not even looking at the numbers from this year, right? You just look at the name. It's like, oh, okay. So we'll see what happens. The Padres, they might strike out 12 times tonight. Who knows? Manny, obviously, he's not going to be activated tonight because if he was, he would have been in the lineup, right? You're not going to you're not going to have him be activated. Oh, maybe he'll come off the bench. No, you would start him. Miami lineup, De La Cruz, Jorge Soler, Luis Ariz is their 3-hitter, hitting 376. Cooper, they have Yuli Gurriel, they have Gene Segura, John Birdie, They had Stallings, used to be with the Pirates, and then they have, I think that's Garrett Hampson in center field batting ninth. So that's the pregame thoughts. Again, I disagree with the decision to have Brett Sullivan be sent down, um, and keeping Austin Nola here at the big league level, have two righty catchers. But maybe that's just me. I mean, on social media, it's not just me. There's a lot of Padres fans that are like, why do the Padres continue to have this like attachment, this amazing faith to Austin Nola? Like, just understand that this trade, it's not going to, like, you haven't won the trade. You're not going to win this trade. Maybe that's why they're doing this, like, because they're trying to validate the trade. Like, you've lost the trade. Okay, Ty France, Andres Munoz, everyone you trade, you've lost the trade. Unless Nola is still on the roster come postseason time, if the Padres even make the postseason, and he ends up being like this World Series hero or something, you've lost the trade. So just see what you can get out of Sanchez and Sullivan. But for now, they're just going to see what they can get out of Sanchez with Nola either being the backup, or maybe he's going to start the majority of games with Sanchez being really the backup. But, I mean, Sanchez is starting game one here without really knowing the pitching staff. So I don't think Bob Melvin has a whole lot of faith in Austin Nola. So if you don't have a whole lot of faith in Austin Nola, why is he on the roster? Have Brett Sullivan be up here. Again, that's just how I'm thinking on this.